Hey guys, welcome back to the Kool-Aid Podcast. Welcome back to Season 2, Episode 91. On today's episode, we're going to be previewing the Barcelona versus Real Madrid Copa del Rey match. It's the first leg. It's going to be in the Bernabeu. Let me introduce my co-host, Alex.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Okay, guys, remember, I post a link on Twitter, at Kool-Aid Podcast 10. You click on the link that I post just before we go live. If you want to basically hop on and discuss with us, feel free. Just click on the link, and then you'll be able to join the hangout. But on today's episode, as I said before, we're going to be previewing the Real Madrid versus Barcelona Copa del Rey match. Now, sensations, they're not really that high. Expectations aren't that high. There's been the squad has been hit with a lot of injuries. Morale is very low after those two defeats to Manchester United and Almeria. Barcelona need this win. Well, I wouldn't say need. I would say just keep in the tie, stay alive in the tie. That's the goal for this game. But Alex, what are your sensations ahead of this tie? How are you feeling right now?
Well, I'm not feeling particularly confident with Barca as of late. First and foremost, the current form hasn't been great. We've seen we've seen this with obviously with the loss against Manchester United first, then the loss against Almeria this weekend. I thought that was horrific. And I can't say I'm confident going into this game, right? I can't say we're gonna go there and 4-0 them or just dominate them how we did in the Super Copa. But I will say that I'm not scared either. Just because I'm not confident, I'm not terrified. Madrid aren't in their best run of form as of late either, and at least we still have some key players like Araujo. I understand, we have players missing like Pedri, Christensen, Dembele. We have big Lewandowski too, yeah.
Yeah, we have some huge absences right now.
Which is why, when I look at tomorrow, I say, well, the attack isn't there, and we're missing, a very key player, which is Pedri in the midfield, and even, of course, Christensen. But at the same time, we still have a lot of good players. We still have De Jong, Gavi. We have Araujo. We have Balde. We still have very important players to the team. So yes, I'm a little nervous going into this match, but to be honest with you, I'm seeing this match more as a tie, given that it's a two-legged series, and I can see us tying tomorrow and taking it home and winning.
That's the goal, actually. I'd be satisfied with a draw because with the absences of Pedri, with all these players to the squad, I just want Barcelona to be, or if we do lose, just by one goal. Goal, keep it tight, keep it where we're still alive for that second leg, because we don't need to finish. We don't need to win. We don't need to kill off the game.
I mean, if we do, it's great, right?
Yeah, of course.
Who doesn't want to win?
Exactly. If we do, it's great.
Play home.
Exactly, and we play at home. But I actually think that both squads are relatively predictable. I think we can both predict that. Let me share my screen right now. This is gonna be the game against. Hold up, some errors right here, but okay. How would you line up for the game against? No, what would be your back line with the exclusion of Christensen, for example? Christensen is a doubt though. He hasn't trained. In today's training, he only trained for 15 minutes. He had some ankle discomfort. Would you risk him maybe? Because there are some rumors that Barcelona would risk him for this game.
I wouldn't risk it just because I wouldn't want this to turn into a serious injury where it can harm us in the long run. We still gotta look at it in the big picture term, right? We still gotta see, hey, there's a league we gotta win. Yes, the Copa del Rey is a great trophy to have, but we still have the league, and you don't want to injure your one of your best defenders on the first leg of a series that you can still win. Now, I will say this. For my back line, we were talking about it earlier before we started the stream. This is exactly how I would go. Araujo on the right, of course, to try to lock up Vini, and we know he can do it very well. Conde, I think he's a solid option at center back. I think he's much more comfortable there. Although we have seen in the past that he's a little bit prone to making errors. Obviously, an auto goal is
Yeah.
and stuff. But he's not always extremely confident, I would say, in that role of center back. But that is his position, and that's where I think we've seen him shine a lot too.
I think that's mainly because like he hasn't been playing so far this
Exactly. I
season in
think
that position.
right. That's why I think he's missing a little bit of confidence there, but still class player.
Hmm.
Marcos Alonso, not the biggest fan of seeing him in the lineup, but given the circumstances and given
Yeah.
the game plan to try to stop
Yeah.
Madrid, I see why we do it. I honestly, I think as long as he doesn't do any good or harm, I'm fine with that. He doesn't
Yeah.
have to score from a corner like he did
Yeah.
against United. Um, and of course, Valdez.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
One other option for that defense that we were talking about
mm,
is okay. Instead of having Marcos Alonso there, what you could do is have Ronald Araujo and Kunde
right,
as center back options and have them be solid there. But the problem is, who would you play at right back?
right.
Now, what you could
I will play Sergio Roberto, and that will be a liability against Vini.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. Like if you play Sergio Roberto like out wide against Vinicius, he's gonna get absolutely cooked there in that position.
Hmm. For
But
sure.
one other option, like if Xavi wants to just like balls to the wall, he could put Balde on the right and have Jordi Alba on the left because you saw it before the World Cup. Who was playing in the right back position? It was Balde. The game against Valencia, the games against Bilbao, and like there were a couple games where Sergio Roberto, Ronald Araujo, and Kunde were all out, and Balde was playing in that right back position, and he played very well. Just I don't know if this is the game to put him in that position. If Xavi's tried it, go for it. But otherwise, this would be my back line. Eric Garcia, there is rumors that he could start. But
I
once
wouldn't want
again,
that.
I wouldn't want that. He's like, for example, if you put Eric Garcia in the thing, I think a mistake is just gonna happen. I mean,
Yeah.
I think
No disrespect to him, but I'm a big hater. I'm a big
yeah.
hater. I'm not gonna go out of my way and say, yeah, well, he's this, that. I just don't like him.
He is a good squad player, but once again, just squad player. I don't think he should be definitely starting these games.
Yeah, I
Um,
wouldn't.
yeah, and that sucks because at the very start of the season, I think he was one of our best like defenders. He was playing so well, but that's the thing. Like the drop off was insane because just
Yeah,
like oh
I think his defense is what kills him, right? His
yeah
defending, ironically, right, because he's a center back.
yeah
But I think he's a great passer of the ball, great
yeah
distribution.
mm, exactly, and
But
that was what to make him key for that
I
role.
I rather have someone who isn't the best at passing, like let's say Araujo, but is a monster on 1v1s and
Yeah
playing actual defense. But
yeah
be that as it be that as it may, I'm happy with that back line. Looking at the midfield, I was actually surprised where you placed the people, but it makes sense. Putting Kessie and Gabi on the wider areas of the pitch is just fine.
yeah.
Um, and
Well,
I think
it's very
yeah. What were you saying?
flexible. That's why it's very flexible. Like Xavi can sometimes have like the 4-3-3 where he has Busquets as like
Right, of course.
the furthest back. Then he has Kessie a little bit more advanced, Frankie De Jong a little bit towards the middle, and then Gavi like all the way on the left, and he
Mhm.
leaves the wing open for Balde. That's one option that he can do there in that position. And I think the front line, I think
No, it's the best we can do.
it's
But
the best we can do.
going back real quick to the midfield, I actually like that Busquets and De Jong are obviously playing together. We were seeing this before the injuries.
Yeah,
Um, only real difference we will see in this midfield will be seeing Pedri there, obviously. Um, excuse me, and it's not the best scenario, but it's a pretty decent scenario still. Um, I think our midfield, the reason we play so good against Madrid's midfield is because, yes, we know we play the ball a lot more than they do probably, but much more important than that, I think it's also like our pressing in the midfield, are like I just think it's our speed of play that sometimes they miss out a little bit on because they do have older players on midfield, with the exception, of course, of Tremeni, but you know, I believe he's still injured, no?
No, actually, right after this, I'm gonna screen share the predicted squad for Real Madrid, and Tchouaméni is set to start in that game.
Well,
Um,
be that as it may, though, they still
yeah,
have older players like Modric and
yeah,
Cruz. So.
exactly, like Martin
And
and
up
Cruz.
top, I think we're doing the best with what we have. I honestly think Rafinha has been having good games as of late. Um, I would say his last few games he's had pretty decent form.
Hmm.
And Ferran Torres, he just don't know what you're gonna get from him.
He was one of our best players against Almeria. Like all our creativity was coming from him.
Yeah, Yeah, but still,
One,
I'm he's inconsistent, but God,
yeah,
God willing, he has a good game tomorrow.
yeah, exactly. And he's able to replicate what he did before in that 4-0 game. But okay, if you don't start Fernando Torres, who do you start? Ansu Fati's a player
No, no,
who
you're
what's it
good. You're good. Respect.
exactly like this is the best options that we have. Maybe if we're trying to get a goal for something, then you can bring on Ansu Fati later in the game.
But isn't
Um,
he still injured?
he's actually in the squad right now. He didn't
Okay.
train. He trained last minute. But he is in the squad. I don't think he's ready to start. That's a thing. But
Going back, yeah, sorry, going back real quick to what we were talking about, Christensen. How long is he expected to be out for?
well, I don't know. That's the thing because he's in the squad. He is if he's gonna play with
Right,
painkillers.
right. No, I mean, I don't think he will play, but then it will be like a next week type of thing, then, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like a week or two or something like that.
And really quick update on the other injuries, since might as well I have asked. For the fans, of course, that
Yeah.
may not know. So for Dembele, he's expected to be back in 2 or 3 weeks, no?
Towards the end of March. Yeah. For example, he is training with the squad. Just
He's just not a full.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like he hasn't been no no he's been trained by himself. He hasn't been training with the squad yet.
Okay.
That's the thing, and so it's gonna be maybe like end of March, early April around there.
And we're expected to see Pedri back around the same time, no?
Yeah, exactly around the time. He's basically going to be missing like a month of action, and this is where Real Madrid squad. It's pretty predictable. You're gonna have that back line. No Alaba, no Ferland Mendy. The midfield standard and up front with Federer Valverde as that fourth midfielder. Pretty much a very similar system to what we have. It's just basically whose midfield is stronger. Um, they're going to try to replicate what they did in the previous game at the Bernabeu where they beat us 3-1. They're going to try to do that. You're going to have Vinicius out wide, Karim Benzema as the main focus. Hopefully, Ronaldo has a very good game against Vinicius. He's able to knock him down. Nacho in that position, he isn't the best, but he's been playing really well so far for Real Madrid. He's like basically a better Sergio Roberto.
Right.
He's like that. He's a much better Sergio Roberto. Chouameni is going to be adding that
The,
much protection in the squad.
the only thing I will say from Madrid's defense this season has been pretty sloppy, and not only that, we've also seen that we can abuse the right side of the field more. Referring mainly to Carvajal, we saw that
Yeah.
matchup with Balde. It was
Yeah,
just
exactly.
it was just
That's the point that we want to target. We want
mhm,
to go for that, have the pace of Balde against Carvajal, and just be able to just like overload that
suffocate him.
side,
Yeah,
to suffocate from that side. And even though Real Madrid did have that great performance against Liverpool at Anfield, where they beat them 5-2.
was it great though?
Um,
Would you say that was because
no,
the
it's
way
like
I see it, sure,
effective.
yeah, I thought it was a mid performance from Madrid. Maybe not mid, a decent. And a
Decent.
terrible performance from Liverpool. I definitely think it's two teams that aren't in the best of form currently, especially Liverpool. They're having an atrocious season, even though they're climbing up a little bit more in the league.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think terrible performances from both goalkeepers.
Yeah.
And I don't think that was a great game necessarily, but they have won. They do have a little more confidence, I would say, going into this, and they do have their entire starting lineup.
Yeah. But the thing is that in the next game, in the past weekend, they played against Atletico Madrid,
Atletico, and they
and
barely tied.
and they tied, and they had to basically come up with a winner. So yeah, Real Madrid, they come in as favorites, but they're not that high on confidence either.
No, of course, of course.
Yeah.
With that being said, though, what's your score prediction and who's scoring?
Score prediction. Ooh, I'm going with a. My head is saying 2-1 Real Madrid, 2-1 Real Madrid at home. But my heart is going for a 1-1 draw. 1-1 draw. Barcelona keep it tight. Barcelona score first, but Real Madrid score just like that. And I think that would be the ideal scoreline. Well, obviously, Barcelona go into the second leg with a goal advantage. But with the absences, it's understandable for a draw. I think that is what I want to go into that game. Goal scorers, I'm gonna go Gavi. I think he's gonna come up with a goal. I think Ferran Torres is gonna have a great game. Hopefully, I'm right, and that does happen. But I think necessarily this game, I think it's a great indicator of where the team is at because or what I mean is if Barcelona lose this game, I don't know if it's going to derail our season. Like that, it's a real possibility because you know how Barcelona crumbles when like the big occasion arises. That's what I'm fearing because and not only that gives like the head-to-head advantage because remember we're playing Real Madrid again in the league in a couple weeks.
Hmm.
We're playing 3 Clásicos in 1 month in 6 weeks basically. So we're gonna have to play the 2 Copa del Rey matches and then the La Liga.
The second game of La Liga, yeah.
Yeah, the second game of La Liga. So if we lose this game,
Yeah,
when they
it might set the tone, right?
yeah exactly
I will say this though. My score prediction, I'm actually saying Barca 2-1.
2-1.
We win the game because Madrid, even with their starting lineup, they mess up, they make mistakes, and we take advantage of them.
Yeah,
And I think, I mean, of course, maybe this is far fetched. Now, I think it's equally, maybe it's more likely that we tie like a 1-1 or 0-0, but I don't know. I'm feeling like we're gonna win this game regardless. And it's not biased. I just think it's a very 50-50 game.
no,
Um,
definitely. Real Madrid, even though they are favorites, they're very inconsistent. Like we've seen
exactly,
this so far
and
in the
we've
season.
seen this all season.
Yeah, exactly.
Same same for us though. So let's see which team decides to show up tomorrow. But I will say my goal scorers would be Ferran Torres and Rafinha.
Fantos and Rafinha.
Yeah, I would go for
Okay.
that.
Okay. Well, let's hope that that's the case and Barcelona end up leaving the Santiago Bernabeu with a victory. But guys, that was it for tonight's episode. As always, I post a link on Twitter. You know the drill. If you want to join, always welcome to join. But as always, guys, like, subscribe, and comment. And we'll be back tomorrow with our post match reaction. Hopefully, it'll be a very good episode. We'll be able to basically come up with a happy reaction. But we'll see you guys in the next episode.